Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Punk Rock Review, home of a bunch of opinionated crap you don't care about, also the home of the feedback you provide that we don't care about, keeps us on an even playing field, and we like that. Real quick shout out to the sponsor, Tech Industries. If you ever need someone to show up to your place of business and or work, break into every single car, and steal absolutely nothing, go ahead, call Tech Industries. You'll have people pissed off and wondering what's missing from their vehicle, but that's just how it goes. Anyhow, jumping straight into it today. Today, man, we're going to be talking about, a company that we had kind of vouched for, man, on occasion because we had enjoyed their works. Didn't vouch for everything they did and every approach that they made, but, all in all, we didn't have a problem with them. Where we do have a problem with them is their most recent release and how they've actually approached that to, take it on. So the company in question, of course, is EA, and otherwise known as Electronic Arts. And the game that we'll be talking about, of course, is their most recent release, as far as we know. We don't do research, that's your job, of Battlefield 5. So, all of the controversy aside about their release presentation, their, EA event that they put on, pertaining to and surrounding this game, and, all the SJW stuff, all of that aside, a game is a game, whatever, they're free to do their own thing, whatever. Where we have a problem now is how they went ahead and provided the release out. So for the basic poor man, run-of-the-mill Joe Schmo, or, Jane Doe like me, the basic release version of the game was delayed past the original upper-tier expansion versions of the game. So why is that a big deal? Well, man, because it's kind of just a bunch of horse shit. For the poor person who doesn't invest in the game, to not be able to jump in on day one of release, man, that's a shame, man. You got the full version running, and the only people able to touch it are the people that gave you a couple extra dollars, you greedy bastards. That turns off people like me, man. You're saying that if I want to play a game, I gotta wait a week longer, 2 weeks longer, however long it was, man. Could have been a day or two longer. Now, early access is different. You want to give someone some benefits of early access on a game, that's fine. Give them, a couple extra bucks and you get in there a little early, whatever. But do not put a release version of the game out that's the entire game and then delay and stagger the other versions to come out later on because they're the cheaper ones. Just for that, man, no matter how good it looks aside, I ain't buying it. I'm not going to purchase Battlefield 5. And whether I was on the fence about it before or not, how you staggered the release of this game is very, very, very shameful and disappointing, man, disheartening as well, especially from folks like, myself, and us here, who have no problem with EA releases. Granted, we don't appreciate everything that they throw into a microtransaction wise and where direction they've wanted to go with the company and things like that. Battlefront 2, we love that game, had a blast in it, probably pop it on again, I'm sure, and, continue to hopefully have a blast with it, real solid mechanics. It's a good game. But Battlefield 5, man, regardless of any mechanics or gameplay or anything like that, man, until we can get it for, the super duper duper cheap, and even then it's questionable, and I'm talking about, what Titanfall 2 had to sell their game for, just because of their unfortunate release window, because, yeah, hell, that was a good-ass game. Go back and pick that one up if you never did, man. Really, really, really solid, gameplay in that one. But that aside, yeah, EA, man, staggering your release, bad idea, man, bad idea, because what you do is you piss off people like us, and who are we? We're nobody, so you shouldn't care about none of this. But maybe you should, because, man, we ain't gonna have no kind words to say about business practices like that. Now, early access is different. You want to sell your game and have people come play it, a week early, 2 weeks early, that's fine, but don't call it a release, and don't, set separate release dates for the different iterations of your game that you guys dropped the ball on from the get-go to begin with. That was your guys' screw-up, and your guys' approach to marketing and all that. So, strongly consider, making some dire changes in the direction that your company's going. But who are we? No one. We don't got a degree in business. We got a degree in history. That's entirely different. But historically, yeah, I saw that middle finger ramp straight up. Where I didn't care for it to go, on top of a botched release and event and everything surrounding your game. You guys screwed up. And you're screwing up more with these little kind of, staggered releases. Don't get onto that, man. I ain't hip on that. But, EA staggering the release of Battlefield 5. What do we think of you? Well, we'll just give you a hand waving to you, like you waved to us when you, drop different versions of the game on different release dates. Does that make sense? No. Does it have to? It probably should, but no. We're already at the end of it. So there you go. Have a good one. You probably didn't. We'll catch you next time. Probably won't.